Okay, Super Saiyan Dakota writes, "Hey guys, love the show. I was wondering why these big movie companies do straight to DVD. Why not only make movies that are good enough for theaters? Don't get me wrong, I love the straight to DVD DC Universe movies and hope they never end. But what about live action movies? They can't be cheap. How do they plan to make that money back?"
Interesting name, little Dragon Ball name there in the title. It's a great question, and one that we actually get a lot. Actually, I got a lot of these questions come to me when the new Chucky movie came out. And the new Chucky movie, of course, is a straight-to-DVD film. And a lot of movies are straight-to-DVD and home video of various kinds. The DC animated films are all straight-to-home video and things like that. First of all, there's two situations in which a film goes straight-to-home video. Number one, oops. And number two, planned. So the oops ones happen quite frequently. You know, a producer wants to make a film with visions in their heads of it becoming a nationwide blockbuster hit. And it turns out that the distributor or the studio, or there's no buyers for the film, or they realize, nope, this isn't worth putting in theater, whatever, for whatever reason, and so it goes straight to home video. Then you get a lot of stuff like, what do you call them, like Chucky or the DC animated films, where it was always, they planned to make these to put them out on video. And those are most of them. They're usually planned to go to straight to home video. Putting a film in theaters is an expensive proposition. A very expensive proposition to get a movie, put it on 1,000 screens across the country, spend $30 million to market the damn thing, because if you're going to put it in 1,000 screens, you got to make sure people know that it's on 1,000 screens and entice them to go to see it. So that's a really huge, huge proposition. Now, what you can do then is, look, I can make this movie, this really cool little movie, for about $3 or $4 million. I can make it for about $3 or $4 million. It's not going to have national appeal. It's not going to be in 1,500 screens, but I can make this, and we think we can make enough money to make it, this $3 or $4 million film, profitable. So you look at something like Chucky, because the last couple of Chucky films that hit theaters, I believe it was in 2000 and 2004, I think those are the 2 years, maybe a little bit later than that, but they both lost their studios a lot of money. So no distributor, no production studio is going to put in $25 million to make a Chucky movie when they know it's going to lose film, or it's going to lose money. They're just not going to do it. But you make a Chucky movie for like $4 or $5 million, use the name recognition, not have to put $20, $30 million behind marketing, not have to get it distributed to 1,000 theaters across the thing, and suddenly now you're in a position where all you need to do is make about $7 million and you're profitable. And that's great. So the question some people then ask me is, well, why not take that $5 million film and put it in theater? Instead of marketing for $20 million, put $5 million in marketing behind it, maybe make $10 million and still make $1 or $2 million of profit. Well, because movie theaters aren't in the business of putting movies in their theaters that are going to make sure that the theaters are 90% empty. Movie theaters want full houses. They don't want a movie that's just going to draw in 15 people for a screening. There's another part of this, because a lot of people ask me sometimes, you know, a lot of the DC animated films are really, really great. Why don't they get put in theaters? And here's why. I watched just recently on Netflix, the Wonder Woman DC animated movie, with Nathan Fillion doing the voice of her love interest and stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. But there's also an issue of expectation. I'm sitting down to watch an animated film on Netflix. My expectation level's around here, and from what I expect from it to be good. And so I watch it and it entertains me, and that's great. But I gotta tell you, as much as I like that Wonder Woman movie, as much as I liked a lot of the Green Lantern stuff and the Justice League stuff and the Superman stuff that I've seen on Netflix, if I had paid $10 to go into a movie theater to watch it, I would have walked out thinking that was not so great. That was not going to the movie's quality. I wouldn't have thought that. So there's an expectation difference. But DC knows, hey, couple $1 million, put these animated films together, make them really fun for the fans, put them on Netflix, we get our money back, we make a little bit of profit, everybody's happy, and it didn't need to go into the big theaters, because in the theaters there's a different level of expectation. Anyway, so there's a whole slew that goes into the decision about how a film doesn't make it into the big screen. Should they even try to put it on the big screen? Dennis, how do you see this whole thing?
Yeah, it's about the money, and it's like the ones you're talking about, the oops ones, sometimes you'll see some big stars in them. And, and what it really is they made this movie thinking that it was going to be great, and then it ends up they realize it's not so good, and they know that no one's going to pick it up to put into theaters, and they're like, well, we need to get some of our money back. So they go there.
Going back to Blockbuster for a second, that you always knew, because there would be those nights you're walking through Blockbuster, it's like, and you pick up this movie you'd never heard of. So wait, Bruce Willis, Michael Caine, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Julia Roberts, and I've never heard of this movie. Flag. So anyway.
Yeah, so that's how those go. And then the ones that are meant to be straight to DVD, yeah, it is a lot of name recognitions. That's why you see a lot of those American Pie movies. They aren't like official sequels, they're just spin-off, like Bandcamp and whatever the hell. So they just use that name recognition from the bigger movie so they can spin off these things and you know, get people, you know, like me, that are bored on like whatever, a Sunday afternoon or something like that.
Tooth Fairy 2.
Yeah, and like, bam, I'll watch this. I'll see what this is about. So yeah, it's about the money.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.